I traveled to this country to honor my late mother, to stand by her grave and pay my respects. But I was denied that chance. I will never forget it. I will never forgive it for many. This was not just a bureaucratic decision, it felt like a statement, a message that, in the eyes of those in power, some lives matter less, especially, as some claim, when it comes to black communities. In their view, there is no compassion, no value, and no consideration. And this sentiment is not born from speculation. It is the reality many are facing today. A profound transformation is underway in the United Kingdom's immigration system. The path to British citizenship, once a symbol of hope for thousands, is being fundamentally redrawn. For some, that road may now be closed forever. In 2025, the UK government has gone beyond tightening immigration rules. They are rewriting them entirely, and for those who believed their status was secure, the foundations are now shifting beneath their feet. Cases have already emerged of people losing their citizenship, even after living, working, and contributing to the UK for decades. One man, whose citizenship and indefinite leave to remain were revoked, described the decision as heartless and a betrayal that will haunt him forever. He held the Home Office directly responsible, recalling years of hard work and economic contribution, all, in his words, erased in an instant. His anger echoed through immigrant communities, now caught in the crosshairs of these new policies. The frustration also extends to what many see as unfair compensation comparisons. How is it, he asked, that post office workers can receive a baseline offer of £600,000, yet those of us who've endured similar pain are offered £20, zero or £40,000? That's an insult. We are valued less than postmen and postwomen. So what exactly is happening? Who is being targeted? And what does it mean for the future of immigration in Britain? Today, we break down the seismic changes of 2025, from the new laws and official government positions to the personal stories of those most affected. To fully understand, we must return to a pivotal date, February 10, 2025. On this day, the government made an announcement that sent shockwaves through migrant communities. The policy was unequivocal. Anyone entering the UK through what is deemed an illegal route will never be eligible for British citizenship. This policy is not only for future arrivals. Authorities have already begun identifying and stripping citizenship from naturalized individuals who originally arrived without legal authorization. The reasoning, according to officials, is to deter dangerous and unlawful entry methods, particularly small boat crossings, by sending a clear message. If you arrive without permission, there will be no path to permanent residency or citizenship. But the shift doesn't stop there. Even for legal migrants, the bar is being raised significantly. The government's focus is narrowing on highly skilled individuals who can demonstrably contribute to economic growth. These changes are central to the new immigration white paper, a blueprint for reducing overall migration and strengthening border control. The new measures are already in effect, and for many, the rules of the game have changed permanently. One of the most significant updates in 2025 concerns the good character requirement for British citizenship. The Home Office has issued new guidance stating that, from February 10, 2025, any applicant who at any point entered the UK illegally will almost certainly be refused citizenship, regardless of how many years have passed since that entry. This marks a dramatic departure from previous practice. In the past, illegal entry more than a decade earlier might have been overlooked if the individual later secured indefinite leave to remain ILR and maintained a clean record. That leniency is now gone. The new framework also increases scrutiny on so-called dangerous journeys, including crossing the English Channel in a small boat or entering the country hidden inside a vehicle. Anyone identified as having arrived by these means will face near-automatic refusal of their citizenship application. For legal migrants, the path to permanent settlement is also being extended. The government plans to double the standard qualifying period for ILR from 5 years to 10 years for most work-based and long-term visa categories. Since applicants typically need to hold ILR for at least 12 months before applying for citizenship, this change could add years to the process. The Reforms do not stop there. The skilled worker visa route underwent a major overhaul on July 22, 2025. The minimum skill level for a sponsored role has been raised to our QF Level 6, equivalent to a bachelor's degree, while the salary threshold has been significantly increased. The clear objective is to attract only the most highly qualified and well-paid professionals. English language requirements have also been tightened across many visa categories, including for the partners of skilled workers. Crucially, these are not distant proposals. Several measures are already in force, signaling the government's determination to reshape the UK's immigration landscape. The government's latest immigration white paper, Restoring Control over the Immigration System, outlines a clear shift toward a far more selective and restrictive approach to who can live and settle in the UK. One of the most pressing issues now drawing public attention is the government's power to revoke citizenship. This authority is not new. Under the British Nationality Act 1981, the Home Secretary can strip an individual of citizenship if it was obtained through fraud, false representation, or the concealment of material facts. It can also be removed if it is deemed conducive to the public good, a phrase most often applied in cases involving national security, terrorism, or serious organized crime. The recent case of a man who lost both his British citizenship and indefinite leave to remain is a stark reminder of how far-reaching these powers can be. He had spent years building a life in the UK, contributing to the economy, paying taxes, only to have it all erased in a single decision. His story underscores the deeply personal consequences of these policy shifts. It's also vital to recognize that rejection of citizenship or ILR applications is not limited to those who entered the country illegally. Even legal migrants face a range of potential pitfalls. Failing the good character requirement, by far the most common reason for refusal. This can be interpreted broadly by the Home Office and may include criminal convictions, financial difficulties, or previous immigration breaches. Not meeting residency criteria, such as exceeding permitted absences from the UK, or having gaps in lawful residence. Incomplete or incorrect documentation, where even minor mistakes or omissions can derail an application. Asterisk failing the Life in the UK test or English language requirement, both mandatory for most applicants, with failure resulting in automatic rejection. Taken together, these tightened policies are creating a more challenging and uncertain environment for anyone hoping to secure a permanent future in Britain. The stated aim is to reduce net migration and ensure that only those who fully meet the government's strict standards are granted settlement. For anyone currently in the UK on a visa, the message is clear. Know the exact requirements of your immigration route, stay ahead of any policy changes, and be aware that what was once a relatively straightforward path to citizenship may now be significantly longer and far more difficult. If you are considering coming to the UK, be prepared for a much more stringent application process. The focus is on high skills and high salaries, and competition for visas will be fierce. And if you have entered the UK through regular means, the message from the government is clear. You will not be granted a permanent future in this country. The story of the man who lost his citizenship is a cautionary tale. He felt that his contributions to the UK had been devalued, and that the government had turned its back on him. His experience is a powerful reminder of the human impact of these far-reaching policy changes. As the UK continues to reshape its immigration landscape in 2025 and beyond, it is essential to stay informed and seek professional advice if you are unsure about your situation. The dream of a British passport is still alive for some, but for others it is fading into the distance. The rules have changed, and the future of immigration in the UK will never be the same again. Thank you for watching. I know this is a complex and concerning topic, and I hope this video has provided some clarity on significant changes happening to UK immigration law. If you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe for more updates on this and other important issues, and please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. It's a conversation we need to have. Stay safe and stay